I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Diva. But I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the Undisputed Championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins, you won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2K25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
Well, the man who's walking down the aisle here in front of 44,000 plus is the greatest champion of all time, transcending the business. And tonight, it's personal. For 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated everyone. And luckily for Roman, he's had a special counsel and his cousins to help him keep cool, keep focused, and concentrate on the business at hand.
Now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside. And without those calming forces, Corey, cracks started to form last night in Roman's armor.
No telling how Roman's going to handle things on his own. It's been years since he competed on his own, but that's the situation we're seeing right now for the Tribal Chief. In recent weeks, Seth Rollins touched on the one thing that Roman Reigns has not been able to get over: the dissolution of the Shield at the hands of Seth Rollins.
Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man, and what Seth Rollins did to his family was cowardly in the eyes of the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, the man who was blessed by the gods of sports entertainment.
Corey, on SmackDown last night, we saw one thing that we haven't seen out of Roman Reigns. We saw Roman Reigns lose his cool.
Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down.
Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield.
The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, tonight, Rollins will use that to get in the head of the champ and win the Universal title.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the Universal Championship. Introducing the challenger from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins. And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns!
And that title, the WWE Universal Championship, has been in Reigns' possession for a record-breaking 516 days. Can he extend the reign even further tonight? Bell rings and the WWE Universal title is on the line. Roman Reigns over 500 days as Universal Champion, but nobody has been in his head like his old brother-in-arms, Seth Rollins.
Well, Seth freaking Rollins tore that brotherhood apart 8 years ago, and we can now see that the Tribal Chief never truly recovered from that night.
Well, speaking of family, the Usos have been banned from ringside, and last month, Roman fired Heyman from the Bloodline. So right now, the head of the table needs to win without any allies by his side.
Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle.
No escape from these punches. You want to wear your Shield gear? You want to play mind games with the head of the table, Seth? This is what you get. Be prepared for the wrath of the Tribal Chief. He's been outsmarted here.
And the wise man, Paul Heyman, will be at ringside for a championship match tonight, just not this one.
And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just cause for firing the wise man, and now Paul's right back with his old client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the Bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that Roman attacked Heyman? Anyway, Reigns just needs to forget all of that tonight. Rollins is already playing next-level mind games in this match. Reigns cannot let Paul Heyman's actions affect him.
The champ might have just incited an angry response after that.
Seth freaking Rollins has made it extremely personal with Roman Reigns. Years ago when he destroyed the Shield, and again in the lead up to this match.
And if I'm Roman, I'm taking all that aggression and ending this quickly. Go full force and incapacitate Rollins ASAP, because the longer Reigns fights with all his rage, the more potential he has to make a tactical error.
Carried in a jeopardizing position here. All the way down. Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well, says he knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion.
Rollins knew there was one thing that Roman Reigns could never, ever get over, that it was Seth Rollins who chose to end the Shield.
That blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair so many years ago broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Who would have thought that moment would still loom so large and be the biggest key to victory for Seth freaking Rollins?
Not looking good in this position. Big powerbomb.
And the core taking on some damage.
I have to admit, it's a pretty cold move for Rollins to just take the years of history the Shield had and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now we know that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay. Absolutely laid Rollins out. And now Reigns can finally overcome his former Shield brother.
Just like that, sent out of the ring. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now?
Not looking in any condition to fight. More like a sitting duck here.
What a spear by Reigns!
The champ might have just sealed things. I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have mercy on Reigns' old Shield brother now.
And here's Reigns now, misses wildly with the clothesline attempt. Spear! Spear by Reigns! Roman Reigns from out of nowhere with a spear!
That could end it for Rollins if Roman could just make the cover.
Roman trying to fight through the pain. Oh my, guys. Guys, look at what Rollins is doing.
After all these two have been through, Rollins wants that Shield fist bump.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play mind games.
Yeah, but that may have triggered a litany of emotions within the Tribal Chief. Reigns unsure of what to do.
Roman Reigns determining what to do now. Will he slay his former brother? Reigns now. Look, gonna lock in the guillotine. Submission
Well, there's your answer.
in. Submission move locked in.
Rollins in major peril right now. Rollins looking like he's starting to fade.
Seth trying desperately to make it to the bottom rope.
I'm not sure he can make it, Corey.
Trying to make it to the rope to force some sort of break. Seth trying to hang on. How can he do this here? Is Rollins going to tap here? What's Rollins going to do? Is he going to tap out?
Well, he makes it to the rope. Reigns has a 5 count to break the hold.
And Reigns breaks the hold here. Roman breaks the hold, and this match continues.
It just shows you how locked in Roman Reigns is to winning this match. Rollins just motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked in far too long.
Well, the oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games Rollins has been playing has pushed the Tribal Chief past his boiling point. Rollins with an homage to the game. Pedigree!
Seth with a big move.
Cover. New champ incoming.
His arm shot off the mat before one.
I'm just as shocked at the...
Kick to the gut by Rollins. Upon.
Stop! That might have just sealed the deal on us having a new champ.
Cover! Hangs on by a thread!
I can't believe it. We were a second away from a new champion. Are we close to the start of a new reign?
And Rollins not handling this well. That was it, for all he knew, but it wasn't.
Has him set up in the corner of the ring.
Oh, Superman punch!
Reigns not done yet. Spear!
The champ might have just ended things right there.
Goes for the pin.
And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns!
Roman Reigns has finally done it. Finally earned that title defense against Seth Rollins. Finally exercised the ghost of the Shield.
It looks like a huge weight has been lifted from the shoulders of the Tribal Chief. Roman may never forgive Rollins, but now he can forget him.
I'm the last guy to knock a revolution. I've led a few of those, you know. I admire revolutionaries. I respect evolutionaries. They are the lifeblood of the bloodline. So when Solo Sikoa seized the moment and became the tribal chief in Roman Reigns' absence. I didn't like it. I don't even think I respected it. But something deep down in me admired it. That took some forward thinking.
I'm the chief now!
Now we all know what happened when the OG Bloodline, led by Roman Reigns, faced the new Rogue Bloodline, led by Solo Sikoa, in the War Games. But there was a discussion here while planning the WWE 2K25 showcase that has me, your wise man, admittedly a little intrigued. What if War Games was limited to only OG Bloodline, no honorary uses, versus Solo's Rogue Bloodline, no honorary uses? It's 4-on-4 Roman Reigns. The Usos, Sami Zayn, versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the most dangerous new competitor WWE has ever seen, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. What happens then? This is your moment to determine who is the real Bloodline. This is your moment to determine who is the only Bloodline. This is where the Bloodline's legacy and the Bloodline's future is in your hands.
The following contest is the men's War Games match. The rules of the match are as follows. Two teams will be contained in separate cages, with one member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the match. The first member to enter will come from the advantaged team. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins! The match can be won by pinfall or submission. Exiting the cage will result in a forfeit. And now, let the War Games begin!
The Bloodline is in chaos. This wrestling dynasty is on the brink of collapse.
This conflict goes far beyond acknowledgement, Michael. This man and the original Bloodline are fighting for their livelihood.
Introducing first, from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jay Uso!
This man and the rest of the original Bloodline is under attack. The new Bloodline will do whatever it takes to wipe out the old guard.
But this man and the rest of his crew will not go down without a fight. This is a power struggle that could not be contained by a traditional 20-by-20 ring. He's ready to bring the heavy fire to the new Bloodline.
The original Bloodline was created with the wisdom of the elders, but this man and the new Bloodline are destroying what was built.
Well, this conflict was unfathomable until now. The new Bloodline is ready to hunt.
And from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu!
The new Bloodline does not live by a code. They do not act with honor. This man says the OG Bloodline will suffer the consequences of their disloyalty.
We are looking at a heavy hitter with pure malice in his eyes.
And he's looking to make his name at the expense of the old guard of the Bloodline.
The OG Bloodline have never faced a threat like this.
The island of relevancy is no more. The OG Bloodline is fighting bloodthirsty savages who will feast on whatever they can.
There will be no hesitation in pulling the trigger, and the OGs have got to match that ferocity.
And gentlemen, it is time for Bloodline War Games. Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu.
Both of these sides have a deep and abiding hatred for one another. Solo felt he was held down. His crew never called up during Roman's time as the tribal chief.
But most of the men on Roman's side were unceremoniously removed from the Bloodline courtesy of Solo Sikoa. And those who weren't have faced continued attacks from the new Bloodline.
And the winners tonight are very likely to be considered the true Bloodline by the WWE Universe. Let's see who comes out on top tonight. Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side has less experience inside this structure.
But look at how young and hungry Team Solo is. In particular, Tama Tonga is a real wild card. He's like a hyena locked in a cage with a bunch of raw meat.
I even asked Tama backstage if he was looking forward to this match, and he just said to me, yeah.
Great journalism there, Byron.
Thanks, Michael.
A lot to prove from the new Bloodline tonight. Gentlemen, do you think they can do it?
Absolutely, Cole. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga have been competing on a different level as of late.
They have won some major matches and earned titles too, but I worry they might not be as ready for War Games as Roman's crew. There's a lot more big match experience in general on Roman's side.
No, that may be true, but Solo's side has youth and a devil-may-care attitude that can work out tremendously inside War Games. I expect Solo's side to go all out here inside this sadistic structure.
I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance for Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every Bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every one of these men at times.
Many already believe Jacob can take the mantle as the leader of the Bloodline. If he's the one to earn the victory tonight, his time as the tribal chief may come sooner than anyone thinks.
Eight men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay, but the men who put Jimmy on the shelf for months stand across the ring. Jimmy's out for every member of Solo's squad tonight, and he'll deal with the rest of his fractured family later.
And looking at Jey Uso.
Crucial moment for Tonga Loa.
And now propped up in the corner. Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the Bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman, from defeating the Usos, which begs the question, and I wish there was a better way to phrase this. Is Sami Zayn still Usi?
I think he is, Corey. Sami seems elated to be fighting alongside Jay and even Jimmy. Those are his dogs.
He's already feeling the effects.
Attacks like that one will continue to get Jay his respect. What a barrage of stops.
And the balance of power is about to shift with this upcoming entrant. If there's one man here with the most to prove, it's got to be Tonga Loa.
We've often seen that the man with the most to prove ends up being the difference maker in war games.
Many folks think Tonga Loa is just a foot soldier for Solo. But let's not forget, this man is the son of Haku. Just like his father, Tonga Loa truly excels in a brawl. And there is no bigger brawl than war games. Entering the ring and assessing the situation.
Oh, strong impact. And now here's Jimmy Uso. Boom, what impact.
Trying to target the back of the neck here. Oh, man, he is fired up now.
A sound suplex.
Got to be a bit tough for Jay to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet.
Top rope. Uso splash. Will Jay end this?
Climbing the cage?
Honestly, not a great move. Uso splash. Can Jacob Fatu come back from that? Well-placed kick. Jacob Fatu in a compromised position.
Oh, rear super kick.
From behind, nasty. Jay ready to end things.
Well, meanwhile, here's Sami Zayn.
Is Zayn closing this out?
Here comes the buzzer. The numbers advantage vanishes with this next entrant. OG Bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on him. Sami Zayn with a big boot.
Zayn has this wrapped up.
And what a maneuver we just saw there. And they're not going to go into this one without a little backup in their corner.
Slam! What impact!
Calculating the next move here. Solo Sikoa, leader of the new Bloodline, has called himself the head of the table, called himself the tribal chief.
And when he asked the WWE Universe to acknowledge him, we're hearing more and more of the crowd agree.
Well, Solo has grown in power with big wins and title reigns, but this is his biggest test yet. If his crew can defeat Romans, Sikoa will be everything he says he is and more.
Tonga able to avoid impact. Tossed clear across that gap and crashing down into the opposite ring.
Counting down the seconds until this match becomes a bit lopsided. Oh my God, what a kick!
And the Tribal Chief is now entering Bloodline War Games.
Ouch. Oh, ouch! And Tonga won't be having a good night if he allows more offense like that.
Yeah, Zayn put a little extra oomph into that one.
And walking through the structure door, this is where Nightmare soaring.
Tama taking on some damage.
That is the meaner, more aggressive Jey Uso coming out to play. Bang!
Reigns with a schoolboy, not done yet. Lifted up as a power.
Uso.
Now Jimmy off the mark.
Kick to the gut.
And that was taking the attack.
That was vicious. And that can vanquish Tama.
Top rope.
And Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy might have just finished things. Ooh. Just took a very unpleasant trip from ring to ring. He's got his sights locked in now.
Time is ticking away. Shortly we'll have a fresh competitor to even the odds.
Big cross body.
And now the new Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa, joining Bloodline War Games.
And listen to this place. It's deafening in here, Michael. It's non-stop blows.
Oh, using that hammer like this was a track and field event. Stop to the gut.
Jey Uso got something in mind. What's it gonna be? Look backing things up. Shares of his daddy.
And he's seeing stars right about now.
Either stars or he's seeing double.
Bullseye!
Getting up on wobbly legs, but he'll soon be put back down.
Just caught fresh.
The ref not even getting a one.
How have we not claimed a winner yet?
You gotta believe that not wanting to feel the end.
Sandy ended it there. Top rope.
just in time.
I thought this thing was over. Look at this, just unloaded. Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off. That's disrespectful.
Kidneys from
Uso splash. Will Jimmy seal this off? Will Jay take advantage? Oh, God.
And some late game offense from Jacob Fatu finds them all.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu somehow sustaining the advantage.
Jimmy Uso looking to secure it all. That's Superman punch.
Reigns not done yet. Oh, the Philistines out. There's the spear by the Tribal Chief.
Oh, no. Here's the cover. Isn't it? And Team Roman wins War Games.
The new Bloodline has fallen.
Here are your winners, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jay Uso, and Sami Zayn, the Bloodline.
Unbelievable. Roman's original Bloodline crew found a way to work together and reestablish their dominance.
You may not know who your brother or enemy is by their last name, but when you're in battle, look to your left.
From the middle rope. Splash. He's going for the pin. Strong kick out the pin. Does Jimmy have enough time to recover? He kicks out with force.
I'm just as shocked as everyone else.
What's Jacob Fatu's intentions here? DDT.
Did Jacob Fatu get enough of it?
Really challenging the Tribal Chief with that.
Yeah, Sikoa put that ferocious nature of his on full display. That kick. Nice takedown, stacked for the pin. A Tonga, and look out, here it comes. The Tonga twist. May have just vanquished Reigns.
Looking to the pin, but was that enough?
And the ref can't even start the count. Tonga Loa trying to secure the victory. Then we see Tonga Loa. And Solo's team takes it.
All hail the true Bloodline.
Here are your winners, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu, the new Bloodline.
You want to know which version of the Bloodline is superior? Well, there's your answer. Solo's crew prevailed inside War Games.
These four men are true family. Each of them fought with that same bit of hunger and attitude we once saw in Roman's old crew. But now we know that Solo Sikoa, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu are the one true Bloodline.
Okay, a little bit out of character for your wise man, but that was a little bit difficult for me to watch. Seeing this family splinter into two groups, fighting against each other, it breaks my dark heart. But they're all grown men, and you settled the issue. Now let's give Solo credit. Forming Team Solo was, of course, his usual backup of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the sons of Haku, feared as one of the baddest men to ever walk planet Earth. Along with them, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, son of Tama, also known as TK All Day, the Tonga Kid, another fearsome competitor from WWE's golden era. But did you know that Haku and Tama once comprised one of WWE's most impressive tag teams? Haku had been considered family by the Dynasty for years on end, and his teaming with Tama, brother of Rikishi, solidified this for eternity. The Islanders were a formidable test for any tag team in WWE in the late 1980s, competing against teams like the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs. Initially fan favorites, the two would embrace a more hard-nosed approach and even teamed up with WWE Hall of Famer Bobby the Brain Heenan, finding even more success. The team flawlessly merged aerial excellence, martial arts mastery, and some good old-fashioned Islander grit. Perhaps their most infamous moment saw them actually dog-nap Matilda, mascot of the British Bulldogs, showing that they were willing to do literally anything to throw opponents off their game. Both men are still revered today as two of the real legit tough guys in the industry, names that instill fear simply upon mention, and they absolutely taught their children well. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa both loved to slowly brutalize an opponent in the traditional Haku style, while Jacob Fatu hurls his body at opponents from all angles with reckless abandon, much like Islander Tama in his TK All-Day heyday. For their inclusion in the 2K25 showcase, we find the Islanders in a dream match, taking on another team that has mastered the air, ground fighting, and has their own brand of swag that keeps opponents guessing at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins have put together one hell of a run in WWE, and the perennial tag team champions are going to find themselves in an unfamiliar setting, taking on Haku and Tama in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Anyone can sneak a win out, but Haku and Tama often competed in this type of match to fully demonstrate the superiority to their opponents. And you can bet that they're out to do the same thing to Angelo and Tez. So get out there and showcase the tag team mastery that the Islanders used to terrorize their opponents. Lift your party cups and take one last sip for the Street Profits. And don't worry, no one will hold you responsible for the damage you and the Islanders caused them, because I assure you, the Islanders can handle the smoke.
It is time for the Street Profits to get themselves some of the Islanders.
Well, with all due respect to the smoke and the party cups, but AD and Tez need to up their game. This could be the Profits' night, but it's not going to be easy.
The Profits possess tremendous athleticism, but so do the Islanders. And let's not forget, the Islanders have Bobby Heenan in their corner.
The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match. On their way to the ring, at a combined weight of 492 pounds, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
The Islanders are known for innovative double-team offense, but they're looking to do more than just beat the Profits.
Well, under the Brains' incomparable tutelage, the Islanders have become smarter and more brutal.
Tez and Dawkins better have their third eye open and their heads on a swivel.
I expect to see expert-level tag teamwork from both the Profits and the Islanders, with supreme athleticism from all 4 competitors.
What this match could boil down to, guys, is which team picks up the first pinfall.
It's not going to take long for chaos to rule. The Profits and the Islanders are ready to see who is the best tag team on Earth.
The Street Profits had better be ready for what's coming.
Tez and Dawkins have to be ready to deal with any shortcut the Islanders can find.
And their opponents, accompanied by Bobby Heenan, at a combined weight of 499 pounds, Tama and Haku, the Islanders.
We know the Islanders are as vicious as they come, but the Street Profits excel in all forms of chaos.
Yeah, Corey, but the Islanders have a plan and will stop at nothing to carry that out.
Well, the Profits will have to truly compete as a team to overcome the odds in this 2 out of 3 falls match.
The truth is, I don't know if Ford and Dawkins have faced a team as dangerous as Haku and Tama.
And the Street Profits are going to have to execute a next-level plan to take down the Islanders and Heenan.
The Islanders and Street Profits facing off here in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Two teams that mix high flying and hard hits with ease. This is going to be exciting.
The Islanders move at such speeds that you can't take your eyes off them for a second. The Street Profits have got to be at their best if they hope for a win tonight.
You can tell that Haku and Tama want to end the party for Dawkins and Ford. Luckily, they have the biggest party pooper in WWE in their corner in the form of the Weasel, Bobby Heenan.
A 2 out of 3 falls match is a different beast and a bit of a rarity in tag team competition. But one of these teams actually has a bit of a history with this stipulation.
Yeah, Cole, the Islanders have a history of success in multi-fall matches and in high-profile situations, no less. They competed in the main event of the first Royal Rumble event in this kind of match and won it in 2 straight falls.
They also won a 2 out of 3 falls match on Saturday night's main event. Bottom line, the Islanders are more than ready for this. Hopefully, the Street Profits are quick learners.
Corey, you've competed in these type of matches before. What's the key to victory for Haku and Tama?
It's crucial for the Islanders to win the first fall as early as possible. To do that, they've got to either isolate Ford or Dawkins and block their path to make an attack. Here it comes. Big time impact.
Something that Tez and Dawkins need to watch out for tonight is the presence of Bobby the Weasel Heenan. He'll do anything for his clients.
Don't you dare disparage the brain, Saxton. Heenan is indeed a wise man who has quickly brought the Islanders up the ranks. They'll be tag champions in no time.
Wards that off. What a response.
Sit out powerbomb.
Placing him in the corner.
Toe hold on the elbow.
Can he score the pin?
Maybe.
And easily kicks out of the count.
He is still very much in this.
Ouch. My goodness, did you hear that chop?
There's the tag here. Man,
make a wish. Tendons and ligaments in the leg can be easily damaged by that.
oh, schoolboy! Shoulders down here! Cover!
And he goes for the pin. Kicks out on the pinfall attempt.
Kicking out there really has to make his opponent question his game plan.
We're watching two great teams at work right now, but with the talent at this level in the ring, you have to wonder, are there any possible breakout single stars here?
Every one of these men has that sort of potential, Michael. I mean, Montez Ford has had moments of single success, competing in many high-profile matches on his own.
Though you'd be doing a great disservice to Angelo Dawkins, who has an equally impressive skill set should he go solo. And of course, both Islanders competed separately for a time in WWE before joining up. So you know that Tama and Haku can once again dominate as single stars. Goes into the corner.
On the second row. Into the cover. And he breaks the count quickly.
Could be in search of a second win now.
Totally helpless at the moment.
Down in a hurry.
Look, I get that the Islanders are brutal, but when I look at Haku, I kind of see something royal about him.
Are you kidding me, Saxton? Haku's a big, mean dude who loves to brawl. Nothing about him says royalty.
Though Bobby Heenan does seem intent on taking the Islanders to the top of WWE, perhaps becoming king of the ring, is on that path.
Manages to fight out with a series of punches.
Down around with the schoolboy, shoulders are down.
Elevates his shoulder ahead of the count.
Looks like it's going to take much more here.
He manages to slip out of the way.
He's already feeling the effects.
Yeah, with that, the Street Profits prove that where there's smoke, there's also fire to get burned with. And he gets directed into the corner.
Kama putting it all on the line. Got the tag.
Just in time, too.
Up high.
Oh, missed connection. Oh! He might be getting out, but it doesn't look like it will be for long.
Dawkins with the reversal.
Dawkins with a spear.
His mind is turning. Might be close to the end.
Taking off from the ropes. Counter. He knew just what to do. Carried in a jeopardizing position here.
Slam
Down.
And he got to his partner.
up high.
Crossbody from the top. My God, the Islanders continuing the assault. The Islanders make the tag. Haku and Tama planning something big here.
Savant kick drops their opponent.
And the Islanders just sent the Profits up in smoke.
Oh, geez. Nasty kick to the face.
Islanders are able to compete tonight. I was worried they'd have to serve another suspension.
Oh, what a phony charge that was. Heenan and the Islanders did an amazing job as dog sitters, and they got punished for it. Then again, the corrupt president who handed out that suspension also vacated the WWE Championship for no good reason.
Yeah, Corey, there's just too many.
Launching. Big body splash from the top.
Time and landing with incredible impact.
I am not believing what I'm seeing.
From the top there.
This is a big night for the Street Profits. Their party cups are filled to the brim tonight. I took a sniff of it, and it nearly knocked me out.
I've seen tap water knock you loopy, Saxton, but I know for a fact that the Profits have the strong stuff in hand tonight. In fact, I've heard the Islanders plan on taking a victory swig after this match.
They can definitely handle it, Corey. Tama and Haku have very strong heads. Running Bulldog! Now, ooh! He's heading to the top turnbuckle.
From the top!
Diving headbutt!
Consecutive attacks keeping Dawkins off his game.
The Islanders straight up crushing the Profits here.
Ooh! The Street Profits having a bit of trouble here against the Islanders.
There's just...
Look out! Oh, what a splash! The Profits are down. Oh, man, this might be it.
There's two. Second fall for the Islanders, and they beat the Profits.
Here are your winners, Tama and Haku, the Islanders.
What a matchup. The Islanders met the Street Profits at every turn in the air and the ground. This loss is going to hurt Dawkins and Ford for a long time.
Look, we saw tremendous tag teams do what they do best, but only one could win. And the Islanders stepped up and got the job done. Tama and Haku just proved they are the best tag team of any era.